Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Conversations with Cornelius. I'm your host, Cornelius Patrick O'Sullivan, and today I'm in the John Hume War Room doing my podcast with another human being who goes
Good.
by the name of, what's your name?
Noelle Patricia
Noelle.
O'Sullivan.
It's very, very nice to meet you, Noelle. I just want to say straight up, this is kind of like the Tommy Tiernan show. I just didn't know who I had on today, so
You don't know me at all.
who are you?
I am your wife.
Go away.
Yeah,
Genuinely.
imagine.
So
Imagine how you got this lucky.
we've done it, so have we?
Oh, Jesus. There he goes.
Okay.
Occasionally.
Pre-planned. Put it into the schedule, please. Put it into the schedule. A ride.
Cornelius.
Yeah.
Straight off the bat.
Straight off the
Stop
bat.
talking like that.
Stop talking about
Sex.
Noelle. I was talking about going for a drive in a car.
Cycle.
Oh my God, you're so low hanging fruit. But if you wanna, just say, how are you?
I'm great.
Mhm.
How are you on this Monday morning?
I'm not too shabby. Not too shabby. I'm feeling pretty good.
That's good
Pretty
news.
decent. Got up very early this morning.
6:30.
6:30 a.m. What does a.m.? It's anno matin or something like that.
I don't know.
It's Latin anyway, know that? It's Latin for some Greek words. Got up early, drove to Little Island with the Yaris, the back wiper not working, an indicator lens missing, but fully serviced. No hope at all. Zero, literally heading down. We both were like, okay, it's going down now to get failed, and then we'll bring it back, and then they'll do the few jobs, and then we'll get it back in again, and hopefully it'll get past, because the Yaris is 20 years old. 20 years on the road, over 200,000 miles on it, and got down Little Island, went for a coffee, did a small bit of work on my old TikToks, came back, went in, made the obvious joke with the lady behind the counter, here to collect my Yaris, I know it's failed, ha ha ha. She brought back the form and she said, you're not going to believe it, it passed. And I didn't believe it, and then
And I didn't believe it.
and you didn't believe it, and there's still part of me now that doesn't believe it. You know, but I should.
Win for a Monday morning.
What a
isn't it?
unbelievable!
Oh,
Thank you, universe.
it's just a really nice win.
A nice, unexpected wins are always beautiful.
That NCT racket is such a racket. I remember putting in the Focus, and the Focus was only it was only a year old, and I only had it a couple of months, and it failed.
And you know what I
It's
think
like-
is hilarious about the NCT as well is like, are you in the car NCT'd? I am. Where are you getting an NCT'd? Blarney. Don't go to Blarney. It's like the fucking driving test. Do you know what you're doing now? Do you know where you do your driving test? Go down to Carsiveen. But that's 2.5 hours. No.
Worth it.
63% people pass down in Carsiveen.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so I'll fucking head down from Dublin down to fucking Carsiveen and then
You pass.
It's so that's the back wiper isn't working now. I don't know if they check back wipers, but they definitely check indicators, and the indicator lens is off. Like,
Well, let's not talk too much about it, just in case we get
I
a call
don't-
from Little Island.
lads, I have the cert down. You can fuck off. You can catch me next year. Like, will it pass next year? Will it do 21 years? Like, it's having its 21st next year. We'll have a surprise 21st for the
A
Yaris.
couple of balloons on the car.
Yeah, come on, guys, it's his 21st. Come
What's 20-year anniversary, wedding anniversary? What's that
on. I don't
like symbol? There's
know.
a
Hell.
excuse me.
Sorry, heaven.
Mm.
Heaven.
You're a lucky boy.
Heaven. With angels and lads left up from purgatory as well to celebrate. Do you believe in purgatory? Do you believe in God?
Jesus.
Yeah, you brought it up now, so it's your fault.
I don't think I did, but anyway, we're here. Do I believe in God? Yeah. Yeah, I believe in something. I believe that you don't finish now. I believe in people looking down on you and there to support you at stages. So I do to an extent. Now Hunter has started thinking that there's a God for dogs, there's a God for cats, there's a God for humans and there's a God for every different animal. So I don't think I'd go that extent, but I don't know if there's like a himself above in the clouds looking down on the cider with his big white beard, like. But I suppose I've kind of morphed a little bit into your kind of ideas around spirituality a bit more, and that there is the that you get reincarnated or thereabouts. Maybe you could explain more how you feel.
I don't know how I feel, but I'm praying a lot lately.
But who you praying to?
I'm praying to the traditional God
Are you?
that I was brought up to believe in. And I'm getting solace from it.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Well, I'll tell you now what it is. It's my grandmother had massive faith, God rest her soul, Mary, down in Carrickensure, my mother's mother. And she took me to mass a lot when I was a kid. And guardian angels, I was talking to Saheed last week about this. I wanted to explore it more, but that podcast took a twist, a very, very unexpected twist. If you haven't watched that podcast or listened to it, please do so with a trigger warning. But I don't know. I think I don't know. Even when you're talking about reincarnation and stuff like that, like I kind of believe that we are not our body. That this body that we have is an organic meat suit that goes through a process of birth, growth, and decay.
Right.
And that we're not the body, we're the soul in the body.
Yeah.
That's what the consciousness is. And that's an energy. And to use a scientific phrase, energy cannot be created or destroyed. So it can't be destroyed. So when the meat suit perishes and crumbles and life, as in the heartbeat of this body, stops, I think the soul possibly goes into the greater consciousness, potentially. I don't know. Sure, who knows? And maybe that greater consciousness is God. And maybe they're just floating around and going into dogs and going into cats, like Hunter says. And we're having these little experiences, and this is the planet that we're on, and I don't know. And I think I don't know, like it's a weird one, but like when you were saying that we're not alone and that we're being watched, I definitely feel that sometimes. I definitely feel that you can call upon, your relatives, or or like I'm sure you've often said to me about your dad, like that you feel the presence, like that.
Well, I never pray to God, like.
Who'd you pray to? Your dad, is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
100%. But I don't really pray, like.
Just kind of like, what do you like? Do you ask him for stuff or ask him for help?
It's kind of like I wouldn't draw on it very often.
Yeah. I know.
But you would. This is the time now. If there's something, if you're there around the place, come on, like that.
Gives a hand.
That's nearly my prayer. Like if call on. But you'd see in movies and stuff that they call on God. Like if you're there, help.
Yeah.
Whereas it would always
do
be
with your help
steady.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't call on it, like you wouldn't.
You wouldn't be looking for the NCT this morning, like it would be for a big thing. Yeah, no. I do think that's like, and it could be all a load of bollocks then as well. Like it could be all.
But I suppose it's all about the solace that you gain from it.
Yeah.
Maybe, and like that maybe that moment that you feel after you do that prayer, that it helps you in that moment. Like,
I mean, if it helps you feel good, then isn't it good?
Yeah, and I suppose that's the positive side of it. I mean, there's.
Well, religion is a different thing.
Yeah.
Religion is like, we're talking about a spirituality. We're talking about a personal belief. We're talking about God, inverted commas, the universe.
Yes,
some people might call it that. But like, it's how it makes you feel. Like, I mean, going in and bowing down to a priest on top of an altar, it is for some people. It's not really for me, right? But I do see how praying together is a fairly powerful thing. I do prayers with the boys at bedtime, and they love it. They love it, like. And because they love it, I kind of love it. And it's not foisted, it's not forced on them. It's Harvey's making his communion.
Yeah,
this year.
so and he had stuff to do with that.
Yeah.
Like, so it's
And Hunter
initiated
loves
it, yeah.
And
actually, last night going to bed, I don't necessarily do the prayers with them, but you have said before that Hunter gets great solace out of it.
He
You
loves
feel when he does the prayers, it soothes him into. He feels comfort from it, and Hunter actually would. He's quite a sensitive soul, like, and he often feels. I don't know about an angel, but he often feels like sorrow and like apprehension and nervousness and shy, and he gets nightmares, and he's kind of affected by stuff in a way, isn't he? He's quite sensitive, really. Like, he's a sensitive little soul. But last night, going to bed, he was probably overtired, so he was like saying, "I'm getting nightmares already, Mom, and I haven't even gone to sleep." Like, so I said, "Look, I'm staying, Hunter. I'm not going anywhere. I'll stay till you fall asleep." Like, and then he was gone, and he was out like. But at that moment, I was like, God, maybe only that Harvey was nearly asleep. I was like, I should have maybe done the prayers earlier, because he was a bit sensitive, and I knew that he was a bit apprehensive at bedtime.
And he has his own special prayer, a prayer that was over my wall at home. I've never heard it before. It's just a simple little prayer, about 5 or 6 lines. And when we do his prayer, I always go, right now, boys, off to sleep. And what you can do there now is you can ask your guardian angels to keep mind of you tonight. Just be around the place and keep watch over you. And Hunter loves, do you think they'll mind us while I'm sleeping? He loves that.
Yeah.
He's got this feeling that there's a guardian angel. And like, you can say it's your dad, or that's what guardian angels are, apparently. I've Googled this, like, so it has to be true, right? I Wikipedia'd it. Apparently,
Wikipedia, definitely.
well, it's taken from scripture. But that's like, apparently, the way you think you have a guardian angel. Apparently, you can have like 8 or 10 or 14 guardian angels. A lot of them are, and you're assigned one, apparently, right? If you believe in this thing, you're assigned a guardian angel. But there are other angels that have got your best interest at heart, and they're usually relatives. They could be grandfathers or fathers or whatever, and they're watching and guiding you. And you can call. This is what I think is powerful about it, right? You can call upon their assistance.
Yeah.
You can be like, guardian angels, if you're around me now today, I'm driving to Cork and I've got my 2 kids in the car, and look, is there any chance that you can make sure that we just get up there, and if there's a checkpoint along the road, the car doesn't have NCT at the moment, would you just make sure that they're gone out of the way beforehand? You can literally ask for stuff like that. Now, you might drive into a checkpoint, but maybe there's a reason for that as well, okay? But like that, like, apparently it gives you solace anyway, and it's you can call upon them. But anyway, so you believe in God? That's great. So do I. Believe in the universe.
Yeah, like, I do think that although we don't go to church, we're not adverse to the world of the church, I would think.
Just, it's organized religion. Like, I'd like to know more about other religions. I think the basic tenets of Catholicism are quite good. I think they're quite good. Like I mean, the commandments, you can't go wrong with the commandments. Like, thou shalt not kill. I mean, that's a pretty solid one. If you're going around killing people, you're probably bad.
Yeah.
You know? And I think you're probably not going to heaven.
And maybe don't have sex with your neighbour's wife, like.
Or covet their car. You don't want to be coveting their goods.
Want to steal their stuff, like.
But no, covet is to kind of want, to fucking.
Oh, jealousy, is it?
Kind of a bit of jealousy. Covet thy neighbour's goods, covet thy neighbour's wife. Look, you can covet the wife, but not the goods.
Don't be looking at my car.
It's so sexist as well, the Bible, like, covet thy neighbour's wife.
Sure.
Sure, I suppose the wife was on the other end of it. Maybe, well, takes 2 to tango is what I'm trying to say, God, okay? So yeah, that's it. So you're and we're on the carnivore diet as well, guys. We may as well talk about that a little bit now. I'm weighing in tomorrow because I've had a shit show of a week. My diet has been horrendous. I stopped doing TikToks because there was pricks on TikTok that were annoying me with comments. But it has backfired spectacularly, because now that I'm not, accounting, now that I don't have an accountability partner, aka TikTok, I ate chicken fucking tenders on Saturday. I went to the Cork football match, and there was 3 matches: the ladies football, the hurling, and the Cork football. So I was in Páirc Uí Chaoimh for the guts of 6 hours. Fucking ravenous for a finish. Came out, Cork got hammered by fucking, who beat us? Roscommon. Hammered.
Who am I? Hilarious that I got that.
Hammered by fucking Roscommon, and then I was so despondent and starving, that I got a double cheeseburger.
Was it tasty?
I didn't enjoy any of it, Noah, because
No
I felt
way.
fucking so guilty eating it because I was so hungry, and I had a large chips with curry sauce as well, and
And they weren't
Coke.
nice either.
They again, like, do you know, I felt sick even after eating it because it was real carbohydratey food now.
Mm.
So then to counteract that, then I decided I wouldn't eat it all on Sunday.
Well, you had bullet coffees, right?
Yeah, but I didn't eat. I had an edible. Sorry, a small little edible in the morning, and then I was sustaining myself on bullet coffees. And as it stands, it's now 11 o'clock on Monday morning. I still haven't eaten, and I'm contemplating driving on, not eating it all again today. Just sustaining on bullet coffees. Some people might go, "Oh my God, that's no way to live. That's no way to live." You're right. It's no way to live. But I'm determined to fucking not let myself fall off the wagon, because this lady here is inspiring. Inspiring. I'm struggling to maintain. Since the fucking start, I'm struggling.
You are. In fairness to you, like you might say that I'm inspiring, but you're actually probably, if you were to, the fact that you're staying on it and you're finding it really hard is probably, like that's as inspiring in it as anything. Do you know, really?
Is it? I know.
I'm clutching here.
Well,
no, I'm not. I'm not.
I know what you mean, though. But I know what you mean, and like to be fair, I feel as well. Like, I'm inspired by you, but I also feel if I give up, like, the wheels will come off.
Yeah.
I'll be around here eating sandwiches,
and you won't have me making you nice dinners because.
But it'll also be I know you've got an iron will at the moment, but there'll be a time where it's going to be shaky for you, and like me eating shit around you could lure you into temptation, and I don't want to do that because look, I'm not doing it for you, I'm doing it for me, but I'm also doing it for you as much as you're doing it for me.
Yeah,
you know, that kind of way. So we're in it together. I'm back on track.
Have you thought, are you going to go keto or?
I'm going to go ketogenic. So I'm going to start bringing in a small bit of fruit into my diet. I'm going to start eating kiwi. Kiwi's excellent for the gut health as well, and I feel that I need to just add one or two things to my diet because I'm just missing bread so much. I miss her. I miss the way she smells. I miss the way she feels between my fingers.
I'm gonna have to get the panko pork, isn't it?
What's that?
That's the only one that has a bread recipe, but it's with panko pork, so it's basically pork scratching fine, like flour. They use it
pork dust.
They use it as instead of flour. It's the only one that has any sort of resemblance. But I saw a wrap actually, which was egg.
I saw that wrap as well.
Yeah, I might make that for you today. Tomorrow, if you're not eating today.
If it was going to be made today. So I'm going to weigh myself. I'm doing my weigh-in tomorrow, which is Tuesday, as opposed to Monday, which you did it 2 weeks ago when you cheated.
Well, no. He's going. I did it 2 weeks ago because I had been in Kerry. Or 3 weeks ago.
You weigh in on a Monday. I don't care why you didn't make it. You weighed in on a Tuesday.
You've added in that I cheated. I did not cheat.
So I'm just going to copy you. I have the one day where I can weigh in on the Tuesday as well, to try and the thing is, so I'm talking about me now at the moment. We're going to go on to you now in a second. Like, I'm just hoping. So I had a double cheeseburger and large chips with curry sauce and a Coke Zero, right? And I put up 3 pounds
yesterday.
3 fucking pounds, lads. I couldn't fucking believe it. I was like, this is bollocks. Now, I know a lot of it is fucking water weight and shit like that, but like, there was very little water in those curry chips. Do you know what I mean? I was like, that's fucked up. Like, so, yeah, I just want to fucking get back to where I was last week. And like, if you're listening to this is 100% me trying to lose weight in an unhealthy way. Now, this is an unhealthy way of losing weight. I shouldn't be doing this, but I'm trying to get back on track so that I can keep myself motivated. And I think I keep myself motivated if I get back to the weight I want.
I know, yeah.
You know what
mind games. It's all mind games when you're trying to lose weight. And anyone anyone who's has done Slimming World or any sort of a diet, they've had days where they're like, I'm just going to eat a Muller yogurt here now and minimum weigh-ins tomorrow. I've had a shit week. Like that's, but they mightn't talk about it.
Yeah.
And like there is a trigger. I suppose there's nearly a trigger. I mean, there's a world of people who have eating disorders
The Cork
as well.
footballers are my fucking trigger for fast food. Like,
Well, no, I was saying a trigger warning, as in like we probably should have had a trigger warning on every episode because the amount we're talking about at the moment about dieting. But like, you know that you're just going to do this today and be back on track tomorrow. And like even the whole carnivore diet and the whole keto diet and all of that, like we have a plan in place is the thing.
Yeah.
Like this is a
just
period.
reiterate the plan again. The reason why I'm doing this. Reiterate what our plan is.
So the plan is 6 to 8 months of this.
Yes.
And like especially for me, because you weren't as obese as me, like, and that's what we're talking about obesity. Like I was morbidly obese. I'm now just obese. But like boom,
Shut up, my obese wife.
Knock off the morbid. But like that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Like, and it's like we're talking about a period of time just attempting to focus on it.
Yeah.
And
we're trying to get back to a healthy BMI, body mass index. That's what we're trying to get back to. And then when we get to that, then the fucking wheels come off. For the next 6 months, we're going to eat what we want, and then repeat the cycle again. No, we're going to get back to a healthy BMI that's for both our heights, and then the real hard part is we're going to start to try and get a balance between being able to have a burger and chips, being able to have a few drinks, being able to have a carbohydrate on a Tuesday.
Yeah, well,
do you know what I mean? Like a balance.
Because we had the good structures in place to an extent, but I think our bodies were just so inflamed and so addicted to sugar that we couldn't get away from that. And from a lifetime of being addicted to sugar and starchy carbs and all of that, the reset and to introduce the proper grains, the proper nutrient dense
single ingredient foods.
Yeah, all that at the end of this. But like the next stage is the keto. And I had originally planned to go on keto at month 2, but I'm going to do carnivore for another month now.
Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're going to go keto now?
Well, I think I'm going to go to keto as in I'm going to be adding in, I think the kiwi is actually all I want to add in at the moment. I'm going to have to try and make those wraps, all right, because I'm missing the fucking feeling of a sandwich. I'm missing the feeling of a sandwich. I talk about sandwiches a lot.
Once a day.
I think I might be related to the Earl of Sandwich, the first person who invented a sandwich. I think he was down in Youghal when he invented it. But that could be wrong. I've been known for giving out incorrect facts. But do you know what I'm enjoying about this, right? I'm finding the physical panging for food at times hard.
Right.
At times. But I'm loving the fucking mental torture that's going on. The hardness and because I do think that it is getting back on, like, diets for me anyway in the past have been so quickly kicked to the side.
Yeah.
6-7 weeks gone. Like we're on week 8 now, okay? And it is from here, and there's no coincidence that I'm really struggling in the last 2 weeks, because I'm used to at this stage fucking them away going, fuck it, this is grand now, we've done the first 2 months. But it's now is the time where the sleeves have to be rolled up. Now is the time where I have to just double down on the energy that I have.
It gets slower as well. Like, you know, the actual weight loss generally gets slower.
Yeah. Well, you're doing great. Like you dropped 3. Well, we'll go on to you now in a second. Anyway, look, that's where I'm at. I'm going on to keto. I'm weighing myself tomorrow. I hope to be the same weight or very close to the same weight as I was last week. After a bad week, as I said, I had that burger and chips. I was gigging on Friday night above in Drogheda, and they fed us beforehand. They gave us these chicken wings, and they were smothered in barbecue sauce, and they were so sweet. I knew straight away there was loads of sugar in them. But I'm like, I'm hungry. I'm on the road. I have to eat. I have to fucking have the energy for my show. So I ate them. I also, last week, I did a 24-hour fast, and I broke my fast the next day when I was in town going in to get milk inside in the shop, and then I saw some chicken tenders and I got 5 of them. So like this all correlated with me stopping my fucking TikToks where I was documenting the TikToks were going.
You had a load of peanuts as well one day, didn't you? So
I had about 150 grams of peanuts on Saturday as well when I was at the match to try and hold off the hunger, and then I swallowed down the double cheeseburger and chips and curry sauce after that. Which,
I wonder, was there any? There's probably no coincidence that you had the sweet barbecue sauce on the Friday night, and you broke out fully on the Saturday,
yeah,
as in the sugar was in the system, like.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
And then do you know what as well is like I had those things, and then on Saturday before I left, I had a carnivore meal to try and get me through the day. So I had chicken wings, I had a 4 egg omelette with 2 different types of cheese. You know, you made me fried cheese with salami wrapped in a little. I'm fucking salivating even thinking about how delicious that was. And so I had that after having carbs the night before, and then carbs after it. So that's where the 3 pounds came from,
yeah,
and the water weight. So that's where it came from. Not like I don't have my head in the sand. Like I
No.
know that there's work ahead of me, but I'm trying my best now. This is week 8. I'm trying my best not to fall into old Cornelius Patrick O'Sullivan habits. I'm going to pull myself up out of this pit of despair and onto the ledge with you, where you're absolutely killing it. Enough about me. Tell everybody how great you are and amazing you are. Go. Back to me. So, more about me. How much weight did you lose?
I lost 3 pounds this week, so I'm delighted with that.
Fair play to you.
Yeah, delighted. Delighted. Now,
What's your total weight loss?
in
the 8 weeks?
32 pounds.
32.
2 stone 4 pounds. So yeah, it's great. It really is. I don't think I've ever lost so much weight in a diet, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah. I previously would have lost weight and maybe kept it off for a good period, maintained it, we'll say, and then lost weight again. Like I never actively went out to lose weight and lost this much.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? As like, I have lost this much weight before, but it has been over a big period of time. Like when I was in 3rd year of college is when I started to lose the weight. And that was, I went to America for a summer, and usually you balloon in America, but we partied hard and were hungover a lot of the time, and it was really hot in Montauk, and we worked hard, and so I lost loads of weight, lost a good bit of weight that summer. So I came back having lost weight from America, then probably put on a little bit of that over college, and then like started when I was probably 2 years into work, and started to just gradually lose weight then via dieting a bit, but then started taking up like kickboxing and different activities.
Triathlons.
Then the triathlons. Well, I did do a good few swims at triathlons, and I did 1 triathlon, and then I met Connie. But then there was it was kind of sporadic dieting, like
And then we went on to diet. Obviously, we when we were dating for the first 7 months before we got engaged, it was party central. We were eating and drinking all the time. But then when we got engaged, we both tried to lose weight again. Remember when we were doing paleo and for the wedding and stuff like that? Like
yeah. So I was always a fad dieter.
Yeah.
But I always just like hit a threshold and said, right, I must diet now again.
Yeah.
So it was always only about maybe a stone or stone and a half in a diet that I might lose. And then that would be it again.
Mm.
But then it wasn't till after we got married and it gradually started to creep up. We didn't fad diet, and then we had Harvey.
I think since we got married,
we haven't
given a fuck.
Yeah, pretty much.
To be honest.
Yeah, pretty much. Like we're
and that's 10 years, nearly 11 years now. Like, you know what I mean? Well, it's 10 years since last September, and then this Christmas, I think actually it was on our anniversary when we were in Galway. I was started to explore carnivore. And, planted the seeds, and I thought I was going to smash it, but I'm finding it so hard, and you've taken to it like a duck to water. So it does suit some people and it doesn't suit other people, but the results are, if you stick to it, the results are pretty incredible, especially over short term. Like, you know, if you are carrying a little bit of weight, and I would say as well, if anyone's listening to this and thinking of doing it, do not take our advice on it. We are just human guinea pigs. This is our experience. Go to your doctor. I went to my doctor. I got all my bloods taken. I've got everything tested, and I'll be going in April to have an update on it. So do that. Don't be taking our advice. We're just giving you how it's working for us.
Yeah.
I'm struggling. You're thriving, but I am losing weight, and you're clearly losing weight as well.
Yeah. Like I went on Saturday night. Now was a really good example of Saturday afternoon where previously I just wouldn't have bothered going. So there was a gang of mothers and others going up to the city to a over 30s disco, and I was humming and hawing about whether I drink or not, and I was like, no, I'm not going to drink, but I'm going to go anyway, which is like totally foreign to me, as in I've never, other than when I was pregnant, I'd say I have maybe a handful of times gone out, and they were probably occasions that I had to go out, maybe birthdays or something, that I've gone out and not drank. Like, but I was still looking forward to this, and I knew the gang I was going with as well. We have a great laugh without any drink in a second at at our strength and conditioning. So like it was going to be fun anyway. I knew that going into it, but like we went to Clancy's first, and I drove up, so I met them there, and like there was food happening all around me, but it had been ordered at separate times, so it didn't straight off the bat like look like, oh Jesus, she's not having anything. Do you know?
What did you eat before you went in?
I don't know. I had probably I don't know,
Were you,
omelette or something.
were
I
you,
didn't.
You were fueled like before you went
I
in?
didn't. I didn't fuel to your extent, as in like.
Did you? What the reason I'm asking is, was there food noise there? Did you have?
No. But I had probably a butter coffee just before I left. Like,
Okay.
and then I would have had a butter coffee if I would have been happy.
Butter coffees are fucking incredible.
I would have been happy to order a butter coffee in Clancy's if I had needed one. Like,
Yeah.
you know. But I ate food. I ate my dinner before I left. Like, but I was fine anyway. The thing is, I didn't feel like I was missing out. I didn't feel a longing for the food that was in front of me. Do you know, like, I didn't feel anything like that. There was chips, there was loaded fries, there was loads of stuff going on. And, you know, a couple of the girls were like, fair play to you, you know, well done. And I just didn't bother me. Like, what I'm finding so bizarre is that you can be in the zone so much. And like we went and everyone was having, there was cocktails. Now there was the odd cocktail did look appealing.
Yeah.
But still wasn't really longing for it or didn't feel I needed it. There's endorphins coming from sticking to your diet that was pumping me up to still enjoy myself. Do you know that kind of way? And then we went to the nightclub.
What time was that on at midnight?
We went to the nightclub about 6:30 and got in the door, and it could have been 12 o'clock at night. The place was hopping. And I was thrown back to when I was about 20 years of age.
Mad.
And everyone around us was around the same age. It was the most comfortable I've ever felt on a night out in years.
Jeez, that's good.
You're talking about 10 years, I'd say. Because everyone was of the same age. And here I was with no drink. Like, and I just didn't need it. I danced away. And then, because I had driven on purpose so that I was independent and could just go whenever I wanted to. And I did an Irish goodbye and I left at about 8 o'clock. And I'd been there for about an hour and a half.
Which is probably enough sober.
Yeah.
You know?
But I still would count it as a success. I didn't leave because it was shit. I didn't leave because of anything. That was enough. And it was over at 10 anyway, like everyone was getting the train then. But like it was just such a great experience to do.
And then you got up the next morning and you went for a run.
Yes, I did.
Like this,
and I was allergic to going because it was my run that I should have done on Friday. Yeah. So it was like I have so many mental games with myself all the time, and everyone thinks I'm really positive all the time, but I actually amn't. I have all the same, maybe not all the same, but I certainly have plenty of negative thoughts that come in. Like on Sunday, I didn't want to go for that run. I was like, it's not a bonus run. It's my run from that I should have done on Friday or Saturday. And now here I am on Sunday, and this is the last chance I get to go to get my run in my 2 runs in for last week. Like, so there was no delight in heading out, even though it was a lovely sunny, and even though I hadn't drank the night before. I wasn't getting any of that because I was delayed in the run, do you know.
But
But
did you get it afterwards?
I did, because I did.
Was it long lasting all throughout the day?
Yes, which
Yeah.
is kind of typical of running in general. They say that with running, the vast majority of it, don't enjoy it till it's over.
Till it's over. And it's like I think that whole story is so fucking incredible. From knowing past Noel, we'll say.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas like, so in an alternate universe this weekend, you and I never went on carnivore and continued to live our lives. I got the train up. I met Timmy Flicks and had 6 or 7 pints. Went into the game, threw a few fucks at the ref, had a big burger and got a train and chips, and then got down to Mallow, and then went for another couple of pints in Mallow and got a Kentucky and got a taxi home. Then woke up the next morning, was grumpy around the place, giving out to the boys to keep it down, and then ordered an Indian with you, and we had a couple. You were opening the wine at fucking midday because it was Sunday, and we were on the sauce again on Sunday. That same time, you went up with the girls, got locked in the train, went off to the disco, got more locked at the disco. Stopped off in the pub on the way home, had more chips and stuff, and same as myself, and never went for the run on the Sunday. And like, it's not saying that those people are bad, but those are the people that we'll say, fucking for the last 10 years, and we're trying to just not get, because like that goes into a cycle of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
No, I won't be saying that the next time after my period of carnivore or my thing that I won't be going.
Don't get me wrong. No,
Just in
no,
case.
don't get me wrong, because we're talking about this 6-month project.
Yes,
right?
yeah.
Do not get me wrong. I fucking love pints, and I want to, during the summer, I'm looking forward to doing exactly what I just said. Getting a train, having a few cans.
But like, the thing is, okay. I know, but what I think is what we're missing is we need to get to be the people that can do that and get back on the wagon on the Monday.
And it's the mental toughness, or the mental capacity. Like, that's what I was saying to you about the mental game, right? The physical game is fucking doing it, but the mental game is allowing yourself to or making yourself go for that run, you know, or allowing myself to fucking a little bit of empathy that I fucked up on Saturday night, but I'm putting myself through a fast on a Sunday and a Monday to get back to where I am, because ultimately this is a 6-month project. We're zooming out. We're not looking at the 1 or 2 days of badness, because there's going to be blips along the way.
Yeah.
You know, we're zooming out and we're looking at the progress over 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 10 weeks, 15, 16, 17 weeks or whatever. And like, I actually wanted to do exactly what you were saying, because you said we must do that. We must go to that disco.
Yeah.
Me and you.
Yeah.
And I think it's a great idea, and we definitely will. But I'd like to go to that disco at 12 stone, or in a nice shirt and a nice pants, feeling good about my body, and enjoying, enjoying that night by, feeling physically and mentally good, and then indulging on that night and maybe the next morning, but then getting back on the wagon. It's getting back on the wagon is the hardest part, and that it's the maintenance is the hardest part.
Yeah.
And that's upstairs in the brain. It's not anywhere else. It's the fucking hardness of, you have to get back on the heart. So you see it yourself. You always say, sure, that's why that person, when you see someone has, you've a turn of phrase when you see someone with a new car, and sure, look there you go now. That's why they have it. They're like,
that's how they have it.
That's how they have it.
No, that's if someone.
What is it again?
Tight. Not being tight, but if somebody is, if someone is being frugal, that's how they have it. That's how they have the money, because they're.
And it's the penance of it's the delay. It's the delaying of gratification.
Yeah. It's like in the shop. Remember, I always bring back to the shop, when you stop at the shop and you'd see the thin people, the majority of thin people are just getting their petrol. Like,
yeah.
Do you know? Like, I also see a thing where I see in the cars, it's always women eating in the cars.
Is it?
I find it's a lot of the time when you're driving around the place, you see somebody eating, it's women. It's like, but that's more to do with they're probably starved. They didn't have a big breakfast, so they're eating something.
Yeah.
But it's fast, something low fat from the shop, and you're still eating.
The world we live in is so fucking hard as well, though. I mean, like, temptation is around every corner.
Mhm.
Like, I mean, like it takes mental practice as well. Like,
Mm.
you have to practice not buying stuff when you're in the
Yeah.
shop. Like
Habits.
it's habits. It's habit forming. It's like with the carnivore. What was so good about carnivore at the start, the hard carnivore we did at the start, was it was butter, beef, bacon, eggs, and salt.
Mm.
And that's it. And you couldn't have nothing else. That's all you could have. So when you went in to get your petrol, you couldn't get anything.
Yeah.
You couldn't get fuck all, you know. So it was easy enough because you knew you were just getting that. You can't eat anything here. I'm off everything else. But like, where was I getting petrol now? I had to get fuel twice this weekend. Once when I was going to Athlone, and yesterday when I got yesterday in Ballyhooly. Sorry, for the match was in Ballyhooly
Yep.
when I drove up on Saturday, filled the Aris up, and I bought this Volvic water, which I have drank fuck all of, right? I bought a bottle of Diet Coke, right? Because I had it with my barbecue wings the night before, and I was like, I'm going into Parky Queeve now for 7 hours. I am not eating anything. I need something, and I bought 200 grams of peanuts, and that was the first time I bought something ever this year
In the shop.
in a shop when I got fuel.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck it, I spent a lot there. But like, it was just, I bought, like, I think it was an extra maybe €6 or €7 or €8 or something like that
Yeah.
on those few things. And that was the case all the time. Every time I'd stop, I'd always get a Diet Coke. Always. Non-negotiable. And then if I was being good, I'd just get a bar. But normally I wasn't being good, so I'd get potatoes as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're talking €6-7 and shit into your body, like,
Yeah.
you know? Anyway.
No.
Happy days. So will we move on?
We better move on from carnivore.
Yeah. Okay. Yapping on there, lads. We call it a day?
No.
Okay.
Can't.
All right.
So we just talked about carnivore. We have other things in our life, do we?
1 minutes. We didn't. What did we talk about at the start? The NCT.
Oh, rock and roll lifestyle.
NCT and the carnivore. Are you bored?
But isn't it beautiful that it's a beautiful sunny Monday, and it's so good to get back into spring now, isn't it?
Spring has sprung.
Are we getting the garden done this week?
The garden is being started this week now. We need to go out to the potato patches, to the potato patch, and take those rocks in one of the corners that we need to remove immediately, if not sooner, before we get Dan, a professional gardener, come to try and get those beds ready for us. We'll help him, like, but to be honest, we're just lackeys.
Yeah, but it's still half the price, like.
Well, you get double the work done.
Yeah, we do all the lackey work.
Toing and froing.
Yeah, it's nice to get the.
I'm looking forward to planting potatoes into my ground again. I really enjoyed the process and the growth, and I really enjoy. And that's the thing as well. Potatoes are something that I'm back to carnivore now, but like, potatoes are something that I love, and I loved picking them out. I loved washing them. I loved you fucking making a lovely soup out of it. And I loved then us all sitting around the table eating the soup that we fucking grew out the back.
Yeah.
Something wholesome about that.
One of the few dinners that we all ate.
Yeah. So yeah, looking forward to that. I want to try and get the green finger going as well. There's so much to do in the garden, like.
Yeah.
There's so much to fucking do. And it's not till you start doing it that you start realising.
It's like anything, just like anything in the house, the minute you start seeing it.
Yeah.
I want to paint the playroom now this week.
Do you know? Okay. You want to paint the playroom this week?
Yeah.
The whole playroom?
Yeah.
Could I make a suggestion that we get rid of 80% of the toys in the playroom first of all?
You can make the suggestion.
Okay. It's been made. Delighted to have made that suggestion. And
will it be heated? I cannot answer.
We both know the answer, whether you answer it or not.
I definitely am a hoarder, haven't I?
You're a hoarder.
I know. I have to try and.
You're a hoarder with specific.
With everything.
But tell me this now: do I have any say then in the painting of the playroom?
No, it's a show.
Okay, with the colour, we say, like.
Go have a bought.
You've a bought. Okay, all right. So I don't have any.
Well, what colour are you going to suggest for the boys' playroom?
British Racing Green. Gunmetal grey.
No, babe. I wanted to get something a bit more like we're in a house full of boys. No, I got a nice kind of light pink, just to bring a bit of pink into it. Like
Didn't your fuck?
I didn't.
What colour did you get?
I got a blue.
You got blue, yeah.
Yeah, the house is pretty much navy everywhere. I love blue.
No, it's great that because like I would have you just knew that I like blue as well. So
Yeah.
that's you just save time there. Without you were like, do you know what? There's no point in asking him because I'd have to walk in. I'd have to use those words. We'd have to have a conversation.
You have no interest.
What colour blue? Is it sky blue?
Do you have actually any
Is it-
interest
is
in
it-
the colour of the playroom?
I would be interested in painting it. Yeah, I would be.
Oh, you're interested
I
in
would,
painting
no,
it?
No, I'd be interested in the choice of the colour. I would like to be consulted on.
Would you?
I would like to be
Okay, I'll
consulted.
consult you in future.
So, tell me about this blue. What kind of a blue is it? Are we talking royal blue?
I can't even remember now.
Are we talking
Honest to-
sky blue?
More of a royal blue, I would
Kind-
say. It's a darker blue.
A
than
dark
sky
Ooh, royal,
sky blue.
like Everton. So
Yeah,
okay.
not quite.
That's
yeah.
royal blue, Everton.
Have you any other projects planned for the house?
Well, the lawn needs to get done. So, and the rocks need to come out of the thing. And there's an oak tree, a baby oak tree growing on our shrubbery on the right hand side that needs to be pulled up. They're the thoughts that I have in the house at the moment. I've already got the gutters emptied and cleaned, and I've already got the place power washed outside. And I'm running a multinational business on the side,
So I
side
have
here.
different plans.
Whereas you're picking colours for playrooms. I'm getting shit done. You're the dreamer.
I have colour scheme plan for the porch.
What colour are we thinking of the porch?
Uh,
See the way I said we there?
green for the wall of the house part, we'll say, and then cream for the rest of it.
Must
Kind
say
of
what?
bring in the green of the tiles on the floor into it
Yeah.
that are already there.
And do I have a say then in that?
You could have a say.
But
Whether
if you don't agree with us,
I'll let you sit with you for a few days, and you'll probably come around. And then outside the wall, I know we did a sketch on the wall, but genuinely, the wall of the front of the house is a show.
I was looking at that wall
It is a show.
as I drove in today. Right?
Yeah. And what did
And
you
I
think?
said to myself, there's fucking nothing wrong with that wall.
No way, you did not.
I was looking at it. I was like, people are passing this fucking house so quickly. There's no one going, did you look at the state of that wall? What? Where? Should we? I'll show you the next day when I'm passing. Would you look at the state? What? Where? If you could, like,
No,
it's grand.
people pulling out from Killavullen, heading to
You think they're going? Oh my God! Look at the O'Sullivan's wall.
the show.
Oh my fucking God! Yeah, the comedy career is going shit. Look at the state of that wall. I can't.
I pass. There's plenty of houses that I pass that have walls that are a show, and I go, that wall is a show.
I need to be more observant of walls on people's houses. I need to start fucking looking more.
I think if you watch this podcast, you need to comment walls.
Walls is the word. And you know what? What I will say, right, is the YouTube views are going up and up all the time. Thank you for watching, lads. And it's proving quite popular with people putting in the word where we into the YouTube comments. So do that. So walls is today's word. If you get this
And
far,
you feel so inclined, let us know, do you actually look at people's walls when you're driving past?
but also there's a couple of people who listen to the podcast, right? Patrons and Soundskins, you know who you are. They feel compelled, even though they listen to the podcast on Spotify, to go onto the YouTube to write down. I think lunge was the word.
Oh
last
yeah,
time.
yeah.
So walls is this time now. So
It's funny
Yeah.
that you have and like even that outside wall is the bane of my existence. in
oh,
this
is
house.
it? It's the bane of your existence.
Well, in the outside department, like you wouldn't give a shit about out there. And
I
I'm
would
like,
much prefer the house, and like your job is the inside of the house.
no, but I mean on the outside, like
Don't be concerning yourself with the outside. Get the inside right first, love. Look at the fucking wallpaper up here and the wallpaper in our bedroom. Don't be
that's
looking
an
at
external problem.
okay, the wallpaper in our bedroom. Remember you started that DIY job there about 4 years ago? The fucking wallpaper is off the wall since. We're looking at
Do you want
open
to-
concrete. And you're looking at a fucking wall out the front. Fix the inside, girl. Get finish the jobs you started 4 years ago first.
Oh, he's getting.
I'm close to touching a nerve here now as well. So I'm trying.
Well,
The fact that you aren't laughing back there now, I could be in trouble. There's a possibility that this could come back and bite me in the neck now. But like many a true word spoken jest is what I would also
Yeah, I know.
you know, like I love a good DIY project, but you know what I love better is when the project is managed and completed, not started and abandoned. You know where you could get a job actually is you could get a job in the housing department in the government.
Start them. I'm great one for the plans. The plans were good.
She's talking a good game. Give her all the money.
I always talk a good game. Actually, it's the follow through is the problem. This is why I'm
Literally, the walls are the furthest part of the house away. Like, let's leave.
the outside wall.
Yeah, and I know now that they'll be tackled. I'm just like all of this is falling on deaf ears.
No, because what did I say to you before? Connie goes, we must do. And if it's something in the house, I've tried to explain this to you before. I've seen it. I've heard it. I know what needs to happen.
I'm not allowed. Basically, what she's saying here is I'm not allowed to express an opinion if I have it at any stage, because she's already thought of it 20 days previous, and because of that, then I'm not allowed to go like, Jesus, we could give this place a bit of a hoover. I've thought of it 20 days ago.
I know.
I'm going hoovering it tomorrow. I'll hoover it. No, and that's another thing as well. Is if I if I try to do a job, that's the worst insult that I could give her at all. That is the worst insult you could. I may as well call you that fat ugly bitch. You know, that's what I meant. Like if I said, do you know what I'll do, babe? Will I just fucking
Like Hoover here.
will I just give this a quick hoover there? She's packing the bags and moving back in with her mum.
It's very rare that he'd say, I'll Hoover here.
No, the floor would not want to be moving. There's a new
Walking.
an ecosystem living in the ground. I know. It's all good. I actually
Trials and tribulations of
like
two very different people.
what I will say to you about the outside wall, okay, is if you help me get the beds ready
Okay.
outside,
Yeah.
if you get the shit out of the garden for Dan, right? Because I'm allergic
Physical
to the shit.
shit.
Right. If you help me get the beds ready before Dan comes, right, and he's coming on Wednesday, I'll help you with the wall and we can get the wall done. All right.
Well, the wall, to be fair now, it's down my list as well. But it is on the list.
But I'll help you when you're doing it.
for this summer.
for this
Before this summer starts,
Yeah.
it will be. It's a
I will.
pre-garden.
I will. I'll do that. I'll do that. We can do that as a project together. We can get that done. It needs to be brushed with an iron.
Have it.
Have you? And then with the thing, and then with that yoke, and then how many layers are we putting on it?
Well, sure, we're putting the same colours. Sure, we're not painting the house this year, so we have to put the same colours. No, I hate the colours, but anyway.
Well, we'll paint the house now when I make the first million. Okay.
Yeah. Well, maybe.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's March next year. The first mill is coming in then.
I'd say we'll paint the house next year, all right?
Yeah. Sure.
Needs a paint.
I'll have the mill in at that stage, and it'll be just the first of many mills that are going to be floating into us over the next several decades. That's the thing. How old would you like to be before you die? Oh, God. We talked about God as well. How old would you like to be before you die?
I suppose in my 80s to be grand.
What? You could put a number on it. 89?
No, mid-80s is fine.
85.
I think once the kids are grown and big.
What do you know? 41?
Yeah.
51, 61,
Halfway through my life.
71, 81. So 44 years. Yeah, 44 years is decent. 44. So if I 44 years onto me, all right, I'm 48 this month. Fuck's sake, I'll be 98. Would I be? 88. Sorry, 88.
No. What are you now?
I'm 48.
48
And 40
you're
is
40.
88. 92.
92, yeah.
My grandmother's 92. So yeah, I'd like to just go like so my grandmother's motoring around the place now. She's ill at the moment, but she's still like up to recently has been motoring around
Yeah.
the place, reading the Irish Times, doing the fucking crossword every day, and the Irish Times mad altogether, like keeping the mental side going and smoking like a trooper, and cognizant to be all right, even though she's kind of in the house all the time. There's always people come. Like it's nice. She always has visitors.
Well,
and
she
stuff.
said she has set herself up to have plenty of visitors.
Yeah. Well, she set herself up throughout life for that.
That's what I mean. That's
Yeah.
what I mean. She's had an open house. She has grandkids that like to come and see her.
Yeah.
She has kept a family together with her at the helm and has
Yeah.
everyone coming.
Cre-
You know, it is a credit to her and her life as a mother and everything.
Yeah.
Everyone still does come to Nana's house, and it's
Yeah. She's incredible. Incredible woman. I have to say now. And definitely is it the matriarch? Like top of the like even when my grandfather was alive, and he was the kingpin of the garages, like JC O'Sullivan's and Sons, like he was like the king, and then you had Niall and Finbar and Michael and my father, kind of the princes underneath him, like all big into the business and running garages and stuff like that. But even then, my grandmother ruled the whole house. Like
Yeah.
like she was your quintessential housewife, but at the same time, you know, her words mattered. Like, and yeah, amazing. 92. So if you're 85, I have to get to 92. If I went at 91, if you go at 85,
Yeah.
we did shaking that. Alright, okay, guys, thanks for listening. Staying by the wall.
Bye.
We'll be doing a Patreon episode as well. Me and her. We'll be doing a Patreon episode today. So
Are we doing it today?
we'll do it today, yeah. So when you're listening to this, right, and you're like, fuck it, that was amazing, I'd love to listen to the Patreon, you can. The link is in the description, and it's only €5 a month, and you get a backlog of loads of episodes, me and the Queen on every single week. Love you. Staying by the wall.
Bye.